Hey guys, going to help with today's lesson on patterns. So patterns, the instructions are complete each pattern and describe a feature. I'll go into that describe a feature in a little bit. But first thing you need to do is complete each pattern. Now, completing a pattern is just following a rule. That's all you have to do. If they give you the rule, it's easy. Sometimes you have to figure it out, but for now, they're going to give us the rule. So for number one, the rule is multiply by 8. So this is kind of like an input-output table. If I'm inputting this number, if I put this number in and I follow the rule, I should get this number here. So let's check. 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. So that's true. If I check this one, 3 multiplied by 8, 24. True. 4 multiplied by 8, 32. So I can see those three that they gave me are already all true. So now I have 2. I'm going to take 2 and follow the rule. Well, the rule is multiply by 8. 2 multiplied by 8 is 16. All right, now I got to figure out this one. 5. 5 multiplied by 8. That would be 40. All I have to do is take this input number, follow the rule, and you get the output. So now it's saying describe a feature. Well, I could look at maybe all of these top numbers. I could look at all of these bottom numbers. I could look how these are related. So I can make a couple of observations. Well, all my output numbers are even. So I could say all output numbers are even. If I wanted to be a little more specific than that, I could also say all output numbers are multiples of 8. Multiples of 8. It was like I was skip counting by 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, so on and so forth. I could also say that 5 is a factor of 40, 4 is a factor of 32, things like that. All right, number 2. Now I have a rule, divide by 5. So now it's going vertical. It's still my input, and then I get my output, and I need to follow the rule. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5, 2. 15 divided by 5, 3. 20 divided by 5, 4. 25 divided by 5, well, just following the rule, that would get me 5. So in this case, it was straight up pattern, ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4. An observation I could have is that all input numbers, all of these numbers here, end in a 5 or 0, meaning that they're all multiples of 5. All right, number 3 I have here. I have the rules multiply by 16. So 1 multiplied by 16, 16. 2 multiplied by 16, 32. This one here, 3 multiplied by 16. Well, I could do 16 multiplied by 3. I could do partial products. 3 multiplied by 10, because that one's really 10, would be 30. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. And then when I add those together, I started writing the 4 early, would be 48. So 48. And now I have 4 multiplied by 16, so 16 multiplied by 4. 4 multiplied by 10 is 40. 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. When I add those together, I get 64. So yes, one thing I could have done is I could have added 16, then I could have added 16. But I do want to caution you for that. Let's say if this all of a sudden jumped up to 7, so it broke that pattern. It wasn't going up by 1, so I'd still have to do 7 multiplied by 16, which I could do here. If I want to do area model, decompose 16 into 10 plus 6. 7 multiplied by 10 is 70. 7 multiplied by 6 is 42. When I add 70 and 42 together, I would get 112. All right, so some observations I can make about this one is that, look at that, these are all even numbers. All the outputs are all even. All right, last one I have for you guys. Number 4 would be the rule is divide by 2. So they've already done a couple of us for us. 100 divided by 2 is 50. 234 divided by 2 is 117. So I'm going to do 500 divided by 2. So doing this out on the side, doing my partial quotients. So I know 2 multiplied by 200 would get me 400. That would leave me with 100 left over. And then 2 multiplied by 50 would get me 100, and I'm left with nothing. So 200 plus 50 is 250. If you need to use that cheat sheet over on the side that we talked about this year, you could do that too. So 250. And then I have 730 divided by 2. So again, I'm going to do partial quotient, 730, divide that by 2. I know that, well, 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So 2 multiplied by 300 would be 600. Subtract, and I'm left with 130. I know that 2 multiplied by 50 is 100. So I could take out 50 here. So that would leave me with 30. 2 multiplied by, well, if I don't know right away that it's 15, I could multiply that by 10. That would be 20. I'm left with 10, and then 2 multiplied by 5, 10, subtract, left with 0. So now when I add up all of my partial quotients, 300 plus 50 plus 10 plus 5 would be 365. So 365. All right, so now I'm trying to figure out what's a feature of this. I'm going to look at the outputs here. Let's see, 50, 117, 250, 365. Well, this is even, this is odd, this is even, this is odd. So for this pattern, it looks like it has an even, odd pattern. So this is patterns. It's essentially following the rule. You have your input, you take whatever number, follow the rule, and you get your output number. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. Thank you.